Hi, I'm Tara Carbert, also known as the Career Mindset Coach, and I'm putting together this video as the first in a series called Just a Few Words. This video series, you'll get to know a little bit more about my story and the times that just a few words changed my life, coupled with the few words that I was thinking about those situations in my life and how those thoughts became beliefs that affected my ability to really realize many of my dreams. I've been working on a self-growth journey for about 4 years, and that's been tough work. Not gonna lie. It's not easy. Through this work, I've gone from somebody who really didn't believe in herself much at all in many areas of her life to someone who's pretty darn certain that she's going to act on her ideas and follow through with her commitments to herself. And I want to help as many people as possible because I know what it's like when we have damaging self-beliefs, and I know what that feels like. And so this video series is called Just a Few Words because that's really all it is. We have things that happen in our life, situations happen, and then we have these ruminating thoughts that show up over and over and over again, and we choose to believe them. And as they root in us as beliefs, they sometimes form a self-belief. So this series is about my transition from somebody who had some not so pleasant self-beliefs into one who truly believes in herself. I believe in myself now. And doing a video like this, despite it being terrifying and me fearing judgment and all those things, I'm doing it anyway because I really, really want to help anybody who's where I was. And I'm teaching a course in the month of May on self-belief to the Career Mindset Group coaching students. And whether you choose to join that or not, maybe these videos will help you know that you're not alone. And so this video is my very first, and I'm going to start with a meaty few words that really had an undercurrent in my life for many, many years. And I can now look at this situation a bit more neutrally and recognize the thoughts that really drove some of my self-belief that didn't serve me and didn't serve me living up to my potential, both in my career and in my life. That's why we're here today. So here's those first few words. Mark is dead. Mark was my father, and those words were said to my mom when I was 3 years old. A police officer had found him in his car underneath a bridge with a hose running from his tailpipe to his window. I was 3. I don't have a lot of memories of my father, and I learned about the circumstance, how he died. He committed suicide. I think around 12 or 13, maybe a little bit later in life, I'd started asking questions. Because there were some murmurs when his name would get brought up, and I felt like I wasn't getting the whole story, so I kept asking. And my mom ultimately told me he committed suicide. That's what happened. What I made that mean isn't pretty. It made it mean that I didn't matter. It made it mean that I wasn't enough. and I made it mean that he didn't love me. Those thoughts ran through my mind frequently enough that they transitioned into, I don't matter, I'm not enough, I'm not lovable, I'm too much. All those phrases, those few words ran through my mind in the background a lot of times in my life. It wasn't until I started doing this deep thought work, examining my mind and examining my thinking, that I even recognized it for what it was. Because on the surface, if I was like, yeah, my biological dad committed suicide when I was 3, and someone would say, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, that's fine. I didn't even know him. That's what I would say out loud. But inside, there was this still there. And here's the truth. It wasn't that I didn't matter. It was that he felt so deeply that he didn't matter that he decided to commit suicide. And if I was going to keep on believing that I didn't matter, I could end up in exactly that same place. So I decided to get help. Because I don't want anyone in my world to be left with the thought that they didn't matter to me. But for many years, I made that situation, he committed suicide, totally neutral. That's what happened, right? It's sad, and I want to be sad about it. But I definitely don't want to make it mean that I don't matter or that I'm not lovable. The only proof I need to know that I matter is simply that I exist. And I want you to get to the point, if you're not already there, that you believe your existence as a human being is proof that you matter. You're here, you're alive. Those two things, the odds of those two things happening, when you look at the evidence, the data that says you matter, and you choose to believe that, you will find it true over and over and over again. Once I transitioned this underlying thought of I don't matter to I matter, instead of looking for proof that I didn't matter to my friends, I didn't matter to my boss, I didn't matter to my coworkers, I didn't matter to my kid. Like, instead of looking for evidence that I didn't matter, I started looking for evidence that I did matter. And it's not like you can leapfrog from one thought to the other, but that process of transitioning from thinking, on some level, believing I don't matter, and now confidently, boldly, unwavering believing I matter, you matter, we all matter. That is my belief now, 100%. I have no doubt. And I want to bring that level of belief to as many people as I can. So if you've had a few words change your life and you're making it mean something about yourself, or you've got some sort of negative self-talk pattern that's happening and you want to uncover it, I want to help you do that. I invite you to sign up for May's group coaching if you're interested at thecareermindsetcoach.com/sign up. And if you're just interested in hearing more of my story, hang out, watch the videos. I will hashtag them wherever I post them with hashtag JustAFewWords. Thanks for listening.